Hey y'all, I'm glad that y'all are here this morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and I am thankful to be here in my classroom getting ready to teach my students. So this weekend, I relaxed a little bit. I really didn't do much work. I did do some behind the scene things, but not too much. And y'all, I binge watched some shows on Netflix. Now let me tell y'all, BBC has some really good shows. So the first show that I watched, it was called Behind Her Eyes. I think it was a limited series. Behind Her Eyes. It was a little bit creepy, but nonetheless, it was really good, and I enjoyed it. And I also watched this show called Dr. Foster, and that was so good. There were like 2 seasons only, and it was pretty good. So if you all are interested, I'm not going to tell you much about it, but the first one, Behind Her Eyes, was about pretty much body swapping and just figuring out what was going on in the story plot. And the other one was about a doctor who suspected her husband of cheating and what happened after that. So that second story, whoa. But they both were good, so that's what I did. What else? I needed to do some other things, but I really didn't. And I'm just celebrating the fact that I made it through the weekend and I did not have much that I had to do. I did have to come to work, or I'm changing my terminology, y'all. So not that I had to come to work, but I got to come to work on Saturday because we're doing an intervention camp because of everything that's going on in virtual learning. So some students are behind a bit, and I came in on Saturday. I'm doing Saturdays now, helping out to try to get those students caught up. And yeah, so I did that, and I got to do it because I saw a friend's post, and my friend, she was just like how she changed her terminology from saying I have to do this, I have to do that. And when I thought about it, it's true. Like when you have to do something, it's almost like a burden. You're not saying I want to do it, I have to do it. So it adds a little more stress to the actual event, even if it's something enjoyable that you want to do. So she was just sharing how she says that she changed those words, or she replaced those words with I get to. And so I got to come to the intervention camp this weekend, and I've been doing that when I catch myself, and it does make a difference. It puts everything into perspective. There are people who don't get a chance to do a lot of things, and they want to do it, and we get the opportunity to do things, and we look at it as a burden. So yeah, so even this weekend I was like, oh, I get to pay my bills. And guess what, y'all, that is so powerful, because it's not like I have to pay them. I know that I have to, but when you say I get to, it makes it more personal, more meaningful, and it adds a little bit of gratefulness to the ability to be able to get to do it. You know, like, oh, I get to go on that trip. You know, when we say I get to, it's a little bit different than when we say I have to. Oh, I got to do this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And also, y'all, I used to like, if I had a goal, I wouldn't celebrate until the end of the goal. Okay, you got it done. Now you can celebrate. But y'all, it's so much important to celebrate those steps that you meet within the goal. Don't wait to celebrate to the end. Celebrate as you are going through. So I celebrate very little things. And I don't know if it's because I'm a special education teacher, also that I kind of have learned to celebrate the smaller things and the steps, because I'm always cheering my students on when they meet one part of the bigger goal. But it just makes so much difference, that motivation. Like, celebrate as you're going through, or as you're going along each goal, people look at me like, I have people who are like, oh girl, that little thing. Or if something happens and I see that something happened, and I will call them like, oh my god, congratulations. She's like, oh no, that's not, that major. It is major. It is. So I do like, even when I see my friends having small goals, I do like to celebrate those small goals and know that it did not go unnoticed, because sometimes getting to that first step is not easy. Getting to that second step is not easy. And then, of course, getting to the final step, like you've had so many achievements to get to that final step, so they're all worth celebrating, at least I think. All right, y'all. So I'll be back. I have some other things that I get to do. So I'm about to start my class because I get to be a teacher, and I get to teach some amazing students. All right, y'all. Oh, sorry. All right, y'all. So my day is done. This has been a long day. I'm tired, and all of my students are virtual, but I just had so much going on, and just other things that I've started doing in addition to teaching my students, just to help out a little bit around the school community. But whoa, I'm tired. So I am going to make a few stops on my way home. I need to go by Hobby Lobby, and I also want to pick up a few gift bags from Five Below so that I can kind of do a little more testing, because y'all, it was a disaster. My last test from that last haul I did from Five Below, nothing seemed to come out the way that I wanted it to come out. I don't know if I was rushing or what, but the gift bags, and I knew feeling the bags that it was going, that material was not a good material, but I still insisted. But I don't like to give up, so I am going to try again, and I'm just going to take the bags apart and then try to sub on it that way and just glue them back together, and hopefully that will work. If not, you guys probably will never see those bags again. But that's it. I gotta get ready to pack up and just prepare to head out and make it home. I didn't tell you guys before, but I stopped eating out, and I stopped eating out Monday through Friday, and I haven't had any sweet tea, and I think maybe that's part of my grouchiness today, is because I did not have my sweet tea, and this has been going on for 2 weeks. So I have had sweet tea over the weekend. That's my only time that I'm going to be drinking sweet tea, is over the weekend. And also I'm going to eat out only one time out of the week. So that's usually on the weekend also, because y'all, I've been spending too much money eating out. And I've never done that before. I'm usually very, very frugal and cheap, but I have been eating out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast and lunch. I don't eat much dinner, but that's been every day, and that is unacceptable. That is reckless behavior. That is not being responsible. And so I just need to kind of get out of that habit that I've fallen into. And that's it. So I don't know what I'm going to eat. Probably I have some fruit in the house. I have some lettuce. I think I have some seafood. I have some shrimp and crab legs in the freezer that I can take out and have for dinner. So that's it, y'all. So I'll see you guys after I finish picking up the stuff from the store. And also, I have some orders that I need to ship out today. Y'all, I'm so sick and tired of USPS, because I ship out the things on time, and it's taking some stuff like 3 weeks to make it to its destination. It's ridiculous. So I don't even know what's going on. Who can you trust in the shipping industry? I don't know. But see you soon. Hey y'all. So I didn't close the blog out, as you guys can tell. I have on different clothes, but I'm going to just continue it today. I'm here back at work. Yesterday, when I left, I did stop by Hobby Lobby and Five Below, picked up a few things, went home, and yeah, I kind of rested a little bit, but I did premiere a video on craftable things. So that was the one thing that I did yesterday afternoon or yesterday evening. And I also had tons of stuff to ship out from my from the Dynamic Print Etsy shop. So that's what I have going on today. I have a few things that I need to do for work. It is study hall this morning, so my kids will be in study hall while I catch up on a few things. I have some things to mail out to parents. So I've always helped with Best Buddies, and Best Buddies is an organization that pairs students who have disabilities or different abilities. I prefer to say different abilities. I don't really like to use the D word, but they have disabilities and they pair them with typical students. So they pair them with their friends, and it kind of, really, really encourages them to be social and to access different activities and just make friends. And I love, love, love this club. So now I'm trying to plan a virtual get together because there has not been much interaction for this club because of COVID and the high risk of some of my students, or some of all the students in the school, as far as the ones who have disabilities. So I get to plan something. I'm so excited, y'all. And I usually just stay in my office because I don't have any students and teach from here. But I think I'm planning something to where I'm going to take out some things for the other students, and at lunchtime for them to kind of sign up for this event. So I'm super excited about that. And we have, our school community is really, really amazing with my students. I say my students, but when I say my students, I'm talking about all of the students who have disabilities. There's more than my class of students who need or require extra support. So, but my school is amazing with the love and support that they show to my students, and that's part of the reason why I love working at the school that I work at, because we are a part of this school. We don't feel like an outsider or we're pushed to the side. They're always making sure that we are involved, and that is important in any school. If you have a child with a disability, that is very important. And if you don't see that, then something needs to be reported, because it is unacceptable. So that's it. How do we think that we are going to make sure that everybody accepts people and their differences, whether it's a disability or whether it's an attitude, or whether it's a sexual preference, or whether we have to be able to love each other regardless of anything. So I gotta get my day started. My kids are about to start coming in my class, and yeah, yesterday I was the grouchy teacher, and today I feel so much better and lighter.